Hello and welcome back. My name is Jeff, and today we're going to continue on our journey down the road of NaNoWriMo. NaNoWriMo is the National Novel Writers Month, and it happens every November. And during that time, your goal is to write 50,000 words in 30 days. Most people write a novel, but if you can't quite write a novel, that's where I come in. Every day, I'm going to provide you 3 themes that you can either use independently or together, hopefully together, in order to build a short story, autobiographical sketch, memoir, short piece of fiction, longer piece of fiction, any genre, any characters, anything that you want. Just you can build it based off of whatever these themes lead you. And so I'm going to provide you with the 3 themes from the Gift of Virtue Clarity deck, which is normally used for tarot, but basically it is really good at providing just basic themes that we can use to describe characters, places, events, and other sorts of things like tone as well. And so we're going to get started, and I'm going to pick 3 cards, and that will be our theme. Those will be the themes that we will be working with today. And so the first theme is fecundity. The second theme is integrity. And the third theme is endurance. And so let's take a look at these words. I'm going to read the definitions in a little bit, but we're going to take a little moment to just take a thought about what are your first impressions of the word endurance? What are the first impressions of the word integrity? And what are the first impressions of the word fecundity? Now, fecundity, to me, is all about just being fertile and to just have a whole bunch of stuff happen. And that whenever you plant a seed, 50 grow. It's one of those things. And it's a metaphorical idea as well as a biological idea. And so how many ideas can you generate at once? And we all have those people who are basically idea people. We have all those people who can create abundance out of nothing. And so that's another way of looking at this particular word here. And so that's fecundity. If we look at integrity, this is something that we can also look at, is integrity. How well does a person stand up to their own value system? And so that's something that you want to keep in mind. And this is a character trait, as well as just something that you might want to think about in terms of a place or a person. Is the place that you work with, is the location that you work at a company that actually lives through integrity, or is it the leaders that don't have integrity? Do you or someone that you know in the story that you're writing have integrity with them? And then also there's endurance. So think about this in terms of how long can something go on? So if we're looking at a marriage, we might look at how long somebody has handled the infidelities of the other person, or we might talk about the endurance that somebody actually has in doing an actual event. How long can they actually go and continue on a path? This is not just always about the endurance that someone has in running or in a sports event. This is also the endurance that somebody actually has in handling events or timelines or things like this. So you can also read it in terms of metaphorically. Additionally, like with all of the cards that I've shown this far, you can read it in its reverse, upside down. Does somebody not have endurance? Can somebody just not stick around? That's another way of looking at this. Can somebody just not stick around? Do they not have the endurance to at least stick around long enough to figure out what's going on, or are they always just bouncing on you? Does somebody not have integrity? Or does some organization not have integrity? Can you write a short story or an autobiographical sketch about some place that does not have integrity? Can you write a short story about a person that did not have integrity? And then also, do you have somebody, or do you know people, or are there people in your life, or is there a character that you've run into that basically no matter how many seeds were planted, nothing could grow? That basically this person, if you were given them a conversation, they just could not take it and run with it. They just had no ideas to add to anything. They just were not idea people. And so you can talk about that, because it isn't just about fertility in terms of people having children or being able to have children. It's about also the metaphorical side of fecundity. Can we actually have fertile soil in which things can grow? Some people just can't. Some people just are not able to be an idea person. So think about that. So let's go through the cards and read what they have to say here. Endurance. What was hard to bear is sweet to recall. So endurance has to do with the challenges and the pain of actually going through something that took forever or seems to take a long time. Can you keep up with that tempo, that long, drawn-out process? Can you keep it going? So the definition that they have for endurance is the ability to withstand hardship or adversity and to sustain lengthy effort. So can we last? Can we cross the finish line? Can we keep going? Do we have the effort to keep moving? Integrity. Bear witness to your own inclusion. So it's the state of being whole and undivided, to have the right relations between the symbiotic parts. Can it be true to itself and still stay whole and stay supported? And so think about that when you're looking at integrity, because that integrity is something that a character might have or not have. Or it might be an organization or place, like I said before. Think about those environments. It can be a setting. And fecundity. Again, what they say is dreams like seeds require fertile soil in which to grow. And fecundity is the ability to produce a plethora of new ideas, growth, or offspring. And so where are these places where you actually have that? And I use you in the general sense. So if you're thinking about characters, where do characters have these places? What places do you imagine for this? Maybe there was a classroom that you had where you were just able to do whatever you wanted and grow the most amazing things and say the most outrageous things and still let it grow. Where were those places where those seeds were sown? Those are places that you can use to create a fictional environment, an autobiographical sketch. You can create a novel out of this. You can create, I see a lot of short stories coming out of this. But basically, yeah, take these ideas, take these themes of endurance, integrity, and fecundity, and see where they lead you, to see what fertile soil there is within these three themes to build your 1,600 to 1,700 word short story for the day. And I wish you all good luck, and I hope you have a wonderful writing process during the course of the day, and I'll see you next time.